Rouge then reveals that she is not just a treasure hunter, but a government spy who obtained intel on Project Shadow and shows a picture of what looks like the true Project Shadow, and she is unsure of what this shadow actually is. As the saying goes, a villain is the hero in his own story, and this one exemplifies just that.
So I just discussed the hero side of the story, and now it's time to discuss the villain side of the story and compare.
Eggman found information on one of his late grandfather's experiments called Project Shadow. So like the good doctor always does, he gets in his mech, breaks into a secured prison compound, and starts shooting up everything. Like some John Wick shit. The man destroys guns machines like it's nothing, and awakens Project Shadow, and to his shock, it's another Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog. With a striking resemblance to Sonic, the Doctor is scared at first, but after seeing Shadow destroy a giant gun mech, the two form an alliance.
Amidst the news of Shadow's jailbreak, Gun captures the wrong Hedgehog,
Sonic the Hedgehog, and in an attempt to escape his pursuers, he faces Shadow, who is much stronger than him, because he is using the Chaos Emerald to warp. Shadow escapes, and Sonic is captured once again. On board the Space Colony Ark, Eggman learns of his grandfather, Professor Gerald Robotnik, and his research on the development of the Eclipse Cannon, which only needs the power of all 7 Chaos Emeralds to function, and they currently have 1. Eventually, Eggman and Shadow make plans to take another Chaos Emerald and destroy Gun's prison compound that's holding it. And that's where Rouge the Bat appears, aka Rouge the Baddie. I'll stop. She recently tried to steal Knuckles' Master Emerald, but Knuckles shattered it to protect it from being stolen. Both are after the Master Emerald pieces, and Rouge is now after the Chaos Emeralds to assist the Mad Doctor, Eggman, in his plot of world conquest.
The plan goes underway, and it's a success.
But Rouge accidentally gets locked into a prison cell with a Chaos Emerald on an island that is set to explode.
And there's only one person that can save her. That's right, you've guessed it.
His name is Mighty the Armadillo. Shadow the Hedgehog. They make it back to the Space Colony Ark, and Eggman does a Twitch stream across all media platforms and fires the Eclipse Cannon at the moon, blowing it in half. Amy is in utter shock, and the world is literally praying to God for help. With only one more emerald left, the villains find themselves faced with the heroes on board the Space Colony Ark. Eggman ends up trapping Sonic in a pod and shoots his ass into space and blows up the pod with Sonic on it. And Amy is crying.
It's like Eggman keeps getting dubs in this game. Like I can hear his thoughts right now. You mean to tell me that the solution to my problem with this blue hedgehog was another hedgehog?
But Tails won't have it, and he fights Eggman, shooting up the place like some Pulp Fiction kind of shit. Rouge just gets back from being saved by Knuckles, who manages to rescue her from falling into a fiery furnace. Knuckles restores the Master Emerald, and Rouge seems to have a crush on Knuckles. You lucky son of a bitch. I'll stop. Rouge unites with Shadow, who notices that someone is approaching the Eclipse Cannon. Rouge then reveals that she is not just a treasure hunter, but a government spy who obtained intel on Project Shadow, and shows a picture of what looks like the true Project Shadow, and she is unsure of what this shadow actually is. Frightening. Despite this, Shadow races off to find Sonic still alive, all because he used a fake emerald to do chaos control. Shadow's actually impressed, and the two of them fight, where the victor will either save the world or obliterate it. From our perspective, it looks like Shadow won, and Eggman places the last Chaos Emerald into the Eclipse Cannon. Then we get warnings on all the computer monitors.
So what does all this mean? You're gonna have to find out next time on Dragon Ball Z with this next video, where I put everything together for the last story.